Lil Wayne performed a mashup of his hits, a condensed, quick 5.5 minute performance. They say a run through of his hits on Saturday Night Live.
With the Roots.
With the Roots, of course. With the Roots. I'm sorry.
They sounded great. I didn't mean that disrespectfully. I just want to point out that they sounded great.
Oh, I don't think that's ever. I don't think saying they sounded great is ever disrespectful.
Well, what I'm trying to say is I wasn't saying they sounded great versus him. I'm just making the point to say that they sounded great. That's it.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Hard stop.
Now my question is,
No.
you know, we've had all this hoopla about Lil Wayne in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And now we've seen Kendrick's performance.
Yes.
And now we've seen Lil Wayne perform right after.
For 5 minutes and 36 seconds, yes.
For half the time, correct. Do you think they made the right decision with Kendrick over Wayne?
Yes.
Me too.
So I think that I've never seen Lil Wayne perform live. You have, but if you've seen any recent performances from Lil Wayne, I think this is the best one that I've seen. I think he was articulate. I think that he was moving, like he had some life in him. And I think he attempted to be engaging. And that's a good thing. And like I said, the Roots sounded great. So I think putting the two together worked. I didn't like the arrangement of the mashup.
Me either.
Most of the transitions weren't good. There was like one that was good. Most of them weren't. And
yeah, I agree with that.
That may not be his fault. That's usually a collaborative effort. So I'm not gonna fault him for that. But well, I guess I could fault him for agreeing to do it. But I just think it's different. The only Lil Wayne's recent performances is not the only reason that Lil Wayne wasn't the person who was chosen for the Super Bowl.
Right. Well, I ask, we know that and I agree with you. I ask because since this performance came out, Lil Wayne fans are like, you see, this could have been great at the Super Bowl. And I don't agree.
I've gotten a mixed, I've seen mixed reactions to this. I've seen that, and then I've also seen, you see, this is why Kendrick made sense.
Yeah, I don't think Lil Wayne. Okay, so now that we've seen Kendrick's performance, could Lil Wayne have gone up there and done something like what Kendrick did, where he doesn't really do his commercial hits? Yes. Could have done that. I mean, if he so chose to, he could. Kendrick did it. We already critiqued it.
I don't think
Could Lil Wayne have done something like that? If he chose to, yes. Now,
I don't think it would have gone over the same way.
I was about to say that. I don't think it would go over the same way.
Kendrick's
Two.
performance didn't necessarily go over well either.
Right. Well, that's why I said we already critiqued it. I don't want to dive into that too much, but I'm
just talking about the public's reaction to it, not what I think of it or anything.
No, I know what you mean. Number two, if these were the songs that he was gonna do at the Super Bowl, it wouldn't have really hit hard, in my opinion. Number one, the problem with Lil Wayne's quote unquote hit records are a lot of them are sexual and braggadocious.
Yeah.
To the point where I don't know how you perform them at the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, that's number one. Number two, I hear you on saying that he was engaging and moving. I don't think this was a very energetic Lil Wayne. At one point, he was just standing still at the mic, not moving at all.
I didn't use that word.
Okay. I'm saying that I don't think this was an energetic Wayne. I don't think this was a high energy performance.
I didn't say that either.
I'm not saying you said that. I'm
No,
just
I'm
giving
just
my
making
opinion.
sure it's clear. I did not say those things either.
You said he was articulate and he was moving around.
And he was
And,
engaging.
right. And I'm saying I don't think those were the things. I hear what you're saying.
Okay.
And I'm saying that I don't think this energy level, I don't think this performance level would have translated well at the Super Bowl. I think this was more of I think this was more of why we shouldn't have seen him at the Super Bowl. And I think they made the right choice, whether Kendrick did what you liked or not. And I also think um, Lil Wayne, although you're saying he was articulate, his lyrics are not the most clear. There's a lot of mumbling and babbling, and I always quote when he says, I said I think I mean I think I said I think I
Right.
mean I
But
think I said I mean.
I
I
guess
don't nobody want to hear that at the Super Bowl.
which is fine. I'm not making a claim for him to be a Super Bowl
No, I
artist,
know. You gave your opinion, and I'm giving mine. I'm not trying to debate your opinion.
but I
I'm just
do
giving mine.
but I do think that if you're looking at previous performances, I don't know why my lighting keeps changing like this. I think if you're looking at previous performances where you're not able to understand him, he's in some performance seems quite lifeless, and just I think it's safe to say that Lil Wayne has been working on his performance since the Kendrick thing happened.
Okay.
So I think that this is an improvement from what we've seen previously.
Some
And
people are just
that
not great performers.
which is fine. But I think that
Like that has been the
there's
criticism of Jay
conflicting.
Z forever. Hove just goes
Mhm.
up there and just does his songs. Nothing special.
Yeah.
That has been the criticism forever. And that's fine. But we also are not arguing about why Jay Z should perform at the Super Bowl.
Yep. And I know that. And
Yeah,
I
I'm more talking to the audience than you when I say that.
oh no, I'm agreeing with you because I've seen Jay-Z live, and I mean he walks around and grabs his crotch and
Jay Z is smart,
does the
and I've
little
said this
dip
here
that he
before.
does. And
I've said this here before. Jay Z is smart because what he does is he adds other components that add to his performance. He'll add the live band. He'll have features come out. He'll have Memphis Bleak, who's high energy, up there being his hype man. Memphis Bleak will be running back and forth through the stage. Memphis Bleak will be hyping up the crowd. And so now you're like, wow, I saw a great show. He
yeah,
adds components, and perhaps that's what Lil Wayne would need to do. I don't know, but I'm just saying, that SNL performance was cool, but it wasn't spectacular, and it was only 5.5 minutes.
and I'm not afraid to say that I didn't think SZA was a Super Bowl performer. I didn't think Lil Wayne was a Super Bowl performer. Kendrick, I think, kind of teeters the line between whether he is or he isn't. I mean, whether he was or he was not, he was, right? Um,
Right.
and I said I think he did a phenomenal job, and I think those who got it, got it. And if you didn't get it,
I came through looking for the Brock.
right. Like if you didn't get it, that's fine. Um, I don't think people like to see things that are different, or people also don't like to see things they don't understand.
Right.
Um, People also don't like to see things they don't understand. So I think that was a lot of what happened. I think that's a lot of the backlash is that people don't people didn't understand it. So I'm not gonna. I think he did a phenomenal job. I don't think everybody can get up there, and I don't think they're gonna let anybody else get up there and do what he did, because he basically gave them the middle finger,
Yeah.
even though they invited him to perform.
And I just
And
don't know. I just don't know how you perform 6 foot, 7 foot, a millie, and lollipop on the Super Bowl stage.
I
Like,
don't either. And that's why I'm saying I think that people fail to realize that this is not just about, like, is he coherent?
right,
It's not. Because
right.
I think that was a big criticism when this whole thing went down. People were like, "Have you seen Wayne perform recently?" It's not like you can't understand what it's not just that. That's one of the things which it looks like he is working on, which I think is great. But that's not the only reason he wasn't invited to, and that's why when this whole thing happened, it was just like, are y'all crazy? Do y'all even realize that the fact that this many black people have been on that field at this point is a privilege? It shouldn't be, but it
Right.
is.
Right.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It absolutely shouldn't be. Whoever is great and talented and fits the criteria should be there. It shouldn't be that it's a privilege and that we had to get Jay-Z in the door and all of that just to make it happen.
Right.
Lil Wayne is not, and I could give y'all a list. I know some of y'all didn't like that I said what I said about SZA, but at least I'm honest, and at least I stand 10 toes down when I
Well,
believe something.
most of the people seem to agree with you in our comments.
And then somebody laughed the other day at me and said, "I'm so glad that I'm what was it? I'm so glad that I'm not a part of the minority in this." And I was like, I don't understand why y'all think groupthink is cool, but it's fine.
Because that's what America taught them. But anyway.
It's fine. Like, I'll stand on it by myself. I could be the only person that believes it, and I'll be okay with that. And I stand on it today. She did a great job. It doesn't mean that I think she was the artist that needed to be there. That doesn't change. We don't need to go
In
back
closing,
there.
one last question. You think Lil Wayne performs next year?
No, absolutely not.
Me either.
No, I don't think he does. And y'all better count your lucky stars too, because they're gonna be real selective. Jay-Z or not, they're gonna be real selective with who performs
Yeah,
in
after that Kendrick.
2026.
Yeah, after that Kendrick, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Taylor Swift next year.
A strong possibility that it'll be Taylor Swift. Uh, I just think that's in the cards, but because
Yeah.
she hasn't. But yeah,
She's gonna
no.
go up there and give you all the dead poets.
Oh, and I'm gonna have a great time. Okay, when I tell you, that I'm
She's gonna
gonna
have
get my
Travis
way,
Kelce on the stage, and she's gonna sing to him. I knew you were in trouble when you walked in.
right. Isn't that song about what's his name?
I have no idea.
Mayer, John Mayer.
I have no
I
idea.
think it's about John Mayer.
I have no idea.
I knew you were. Wait, yeah,
That's it.
that is
Yeah.
her. That is
Yeah,
her.
that's
Yeah,
it. That's it.
yeah. A lot of them songs are about John Mayer, but because they used to date. She used to date all the popular white boys and write songs about them.
I say nothing.
That was her thing. But it in closing, for real, in closing, yeah, I would enjoy that performance. I'm sorry, y'all can roast me if you want.
If Taylor is at next year's Super Bowl, I'll be skipping that halftime show.
I don't know why.
This has been Weeknights.
You're a cultural commentator. You provide cultural commentary.
Is Taylor Swift part of our culture?
No, you provide cultural commentary, not the culture commentary. Cultural commentary. We talk about white people all the time. Look at the Weeknights Hall of Fame just last week.
I
You,
can't wait to clip that up.
you got some fucking nerve sit here and talk about how you're not going to talk about the Taylor Swift performance.
Those were only nominees. We did not finalize who's going to be in the Weeknights Hall of Fame.
We didn't.
Those were all nominees. Okay.
We will. No, we're gonna have.
And
our Hall
speaking of
Fame
nominees, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have our Hall of Fame episode where we actually hammer it out and give out awards.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
But anyway, we gotta go.
Yes, we do.